Today, 15th February, Monday, is the last date for RBI Grade B application. Submit right now if you have not done. Hello everyone, very welcome to ixamBee. In this video, we are discussing RBI Grade B DEPR syllabus and preparation strategy. We are going to talk about job profile of the DEPR, how it is different from general stream, vacancies, eligibility for DEPR, exam pattern, syllabus and preparation strategy. What are the sources? What are the books, what do and what don't, how ixamBee can help you in this. DEPR stands for Department of Economic Policy and Research. As the name suggests, it is the knowledge center for macroeconomic policy oriented research in the country, housed in Reserve Bank of India. India's central bank provides research inputs and MIAs for policy related decision making. You understand when I am talking, mainly it is monetary policy of the country, but also for other policies, because RBI is regulator of payment and settlement system, regulator of banking system, and also non-banking financial companies. Many times RBI is called super regulator. All such policy inputs are provided by this department by doing research on macroeconomic challenges related to monetary policy, growth, inflation, financial markets, forecasting of the macroeconomic variables, banking sector financial stability, and external sector management. The research is more into Indian context, but also the global research. What is the impact on Indian economy? Department also publishes reports like RBI annual report, report on trends and progress on banking in India, monetary policy reports, occasional papers. There are several publications like RBI Bulletin to give the direction for central bank policies and also to help other organizations. This data, a lot of data is available on RBI website, which is compiled by the officers of DEPR and also DSIM. The job profile you can see is research, various macroeconomic aspect, Indian and global level, data compilation and analysis using statistical technique and RBI's publications as I showed you. Coordinate with other departments of RBI and other government agencies. Various government agencies also collect various data, and DEPR officers are also stationed in regional offices, though mainly it is central office job, but in regional offices, in state head capitals mostly, they do various surveys, they coordinate with state government departments so that they can give the policy input to the central office. And these officers, if you join DEPR, can also be placed in other related department like monetary policy department, market departments, or supervisory regulatory departments depending on the requirement. There is a more frequent interaction with the top management if you are in DEPR, because you are not part of the daily other central banking or banking operations of RBI, but you are giving inputs for the decision making. And with promotions, as you will become general manager, chief general manager, the differentiation of the work between various departments actually becomes thinner, because at top management, from journal side people, those who join grade B D journal, they will also be heading various department, and also from the specialized cadre, they will keep meeting, making the policy, whether the policy is related to supervision, regulation, currency management. So top level management, the work becomes similar from specialized cadre and from general cadre. If I have to show a very typical successful profile of a DEPR specialist in RBI, Dr. Michael Patra, who is now Deputy Governor in RBI, he has been into this department. He has worked in DEPR and in various other functions of RBI, has also been deputed to IMF as an advisor, senior advisor. If you are more interested, you can read this by pausing the video. Here I am telling you this excellent opportunity, 29 vacancies, 13 for unreserved candidate. Those who are interested in research, analysis, and at the same time want to make career with RBI, this is the time. You need a master's degree in economics, econometrics, quantitative economics, mathematical economics, or related categories like agriculture economics, business economics, developmental economics, applied economics, etc. is also written here. You have to make a judgment, and you need 55% marks here in your post-graduation. That is aggregate of all the semesters. If you have done MBA Finance, same 55% marks, that also makes you eligible. Don't get confused. A PhD degree or an MPhil degree is desirable. Ultimately, you will be shortlisted for the interview based on your marks you score, and today is the last date. to apply. Your selection depends on how you do in the exam and all 3 papers. Please be clear about it. Paper 1 objective type is not only qualifying, it is going to count for your final selection. 100 marks is this paper 1 objective, but if you don't clear paper 1, you are not going to write paper 2 and paper 3. Paper 1 is the first step. The exam you have to write on 6th March, and paper 2 and paper 3, if you get enough marks in paper 1, then you are going to write this paper 2 and paper 3. The exam is on 31st March. Paper 1 is completely objective. You shall aim to score very high, very high, as it is going to count for your final selection. It is the ladder for phase 2 exam as the notification mentions here, and these marks are going to be added for your final selection. Interview is of 75 marks. Yeah, very well. आप हिंदी में भी इंटरव्यू दे सकते हैं, हिंदी में भी एग्जाम लिख सकते हैं. बहुत लोग पूछ रहे हैं हिंदी में हम एग्जाम कैसे लिखेंगे, तो DEPR में तो कंफ्यूजन होगा नहीं, बिकॉज आपको हिंदी में टाइप नहीं करना है फेज 2 में. इसमें तो जैसे हम लिखते हैं पेन से, वैसे आपको पेन एंड पेपर से हिंदी में परीक्षा लिखनी है. Now coming to the syllabus, they have not mentioned the details. Standard of papers on economics would be that of the master's degree examination in economics of any central university in India. Only those who have done masters in economics and related fields are eligible. You know what you have studied there. And for English descriptive paper, which is there in paper 2, it is similar to what we have discussed in detail about RBI Grade B exam for journal also. Please go through those videos. And of course, English paper can only be in English to assess your writing skills, including expressions and understanding of the topic. Suggested reading material, it says, is your annual report, reports on trend and progress in banking, monetary policy report, financial stability report, economic survey published by Government of India for previous 2 years. But this is not going to be enough. You have to be good, strong in microeconomics and very strong in macroeconomics. Understanding of international economics and public finance. I would say for student of economics, this is going to be the second best opportunity after the Indian economic services. Therefore, competition is going to be there. You have to study industrial economics, econometrics and statistics. Based on the previous year, I tell you what are the pattern of questions. Microeconomics, see, because fundamentals are there in microeconomics. You know, macroeconomics is more of theory based, and based on the practical situation, the theory also keeps on changing, but microeconomics is very strong in fundamental, about 1/3. Macroeconomics is about 1/3. Econometrics and statistics is about 1/3. All three you have to prepare well. In micro, theory of consumer demand, theory of production, theory of value, and theory of distribution, welfare economics, industrial economics, you have to study well. Macroeconomics, where central bank also play important role, is understanding the national income concept, economic growth versus development. Go to the human development, happiness indexes, inflation management is the central job of the central bank, and the role of money in that, balance of payment, trade, international trade, development economics, international economics, and public finance. Here you have to study all this in very deep, knowing various theories, shortcomings of these theories. Some of the things you will find common with RBI Grade B journal syllabus, but in journal the depth of the coverage is not as much, and you have to update all this with the current developments, major things happening in the economy. For application of statistics in economics, you have to know probability, statistical inferences, various tests, chi-square, t-test, z-test, f-test, time series analysis, index numbers, sampling, correlation, regression, hypothesis testing, measures of central tendency, regression, all of these, including numericals, you have to do for statistics and econometrics part. You can do all these studies for concept building. Take your post-graduation level books. I am just mentioning 1 or 2 books here, but you need not to buy this one. Any book you take on microeconomics, say book by H.L. Ahuja, and similarly for macro you take Froyens. For international economics, understanding the trade, finance, book by Dominic Salvatore. For growth and development, book by Threlwall. And as I said, these are indicative. If you have something, read that. For public finance, Musgrave, and most of these learning material you must have, otherwise go to any public library. but be very selective in your studies. You have limited time. You cannot do all that 2 years post graduation again. Based on the previous year questions, study selected chapters. For recent development, you have to know development affecting the macroeconomics by reading newspaper editorials, by reading magazines, topical topics, various viewpoint. You have to have good writing skills to make the expression very clear with the latest data, with the latest trends. And ixamBee's BPDA weekly and monthly GA compilation can be very helpful here. But in BPDA also be selective, knowing the data about macroeconomics trend about the financial sector. Don't worry about the updates in sports, literature, awards, etc., which will also be there in the document. So be very careful where you shall devote your time. Other important documents are like economic survey last 2 years that you can download for free, and also budget, especially this Atmanirbhar Bharat package. Understand what are the things there. I am repeating, don't try to mug up all the data, especially when I talk about economic survey, old data, even budget, previous year data. For this year also, whatever is the planning, major numbers, the big numbers you shall know, but understand how it is going to help India's really bringing V-shape recovery, what the government is planning. RBI's financial stability report, trends and progress in banking, monetary policy and monetary policy reviews will give you a good perspective what is happening in the recent time and what kind of actions RBI is taking, what RBI is stipulating for the future. ixamBee can help you by also providing this course, which is complete online course, covers the entire syllabus for phase 1, phase 2 exam, all 3 papers. There are videos for basic level understanding and study notes. There are regular classes for English descriptive and for the economics descriptive. Here you can discuss, of course, objective test also. There are objective mock tests for your paper 1, and for paper 2 and 3 there are descriptive mock tests. You will meet the experts, those who have cleared these exams in these live classes. Every week we are doing 3 classes for economics, 1 class for descriptive English. We have our expert faculty, those who have strong teaching experience and strong education background to help you prepare for the exam, and ex-RBI officers like Dr. Sharma is going to give you the overview of policy and help you in sharpening your writing skill for your descriptive exam. English descriptive is 1/3 of the exam. We will mentor you and also will check your answers. We'll give you 101 feedback. To know more about the course, you can reach to us at 920-5524-028. You can SMS, you can WhatsApp, or you can call. Please subscribe the channel for regular updates and more content to clear RBI Grade B exam. Best wishes.